Hey girl, hey, are you in your late 30s or early 40s and you've been feeling off lately? Is your energy not what it used to be? What about your mood swings? Are your moods all over the place? Are you just unpredictable in how you're feeling when you wake up in the morning? What about your skincare and your hair? Is your skin and hair just off? Is it thinning? I think you may be experiencing some of those symptoms. Yes, perimenopause symptoms. If you're not aware, perimenopause can affect us between our late 30s and early 40s, and it can last up to 10 years. I know, it's crazy. Today, we're going to be breaking down what perimenopause is, how it affects us, and the top 10 symptoms that you can use to identify what you're going through. And I'm here to help you navigate aging with grace, okay? Today we're breaking down exactly what perimenopause is, how it affects our mind and our bodies, and what we can do to navigate this phase of life like a pro. Perimenopause is that transition period before menopause where your hormones start to fluctuate, leading to changes in your mind and your body. If this sounds like information you need, subscribe for more content on aging gracefully, fitness, and hormonal health. Just to add a quick note, I'm not a medical professional, guys. I am just sharing my experience as well as my research to help you navigate this time of your life. Sign number 1, irregular periods, guys. Have you experienced irregular periods? Irregular meaning your period before may have been 3, maybe 4 days max, and lately you've turned into a 5 or 7 day cycle. That is one of the signs of perimenopause, irregular cycles. For my experience, I would say roughly around 41, 42, my period started to get a little bit heavier. Not a little bit, a lot heavier. And that was out of the norm. Though I'm not on any hormonal birth control or anything like that, I just always had a 28-day to my 4-day cycle, and that started to change. My now 5, 6, or 7-day cycle, and from going from a normal, moderate flow to an extremely heavy for a good 3 days. I actually tell my friends I'm in ICU right now. So that's how bad it was. And that's when I realized that I was actually going through a change. I still wasn't aware that it was perimenopause, but I was aware something was changing. Another change in regards to our cycle that we could be experiencing is possibly skipped cycles or shorter periods, meaning that they're closer together. So if you're skipping months, that hasn't happened for me yet. I think that is when you're really close to menopause, when you're starting to skip 2 and 3 months at a time. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet. But if your periods are irregular, where you're skipping cycles, you could be in perimenopause leading up to menopause, as well as them getting longer, and also spotting in between periods. That could be an issue. So if any of those things are happening to you, that could be sign number 1 that you are approaching perimenopause. Sign number 2. This was my hot red sign that I was approaching or in perimenopause. I would say around the same time, 41, 42, maybe even 43. I started to realize that I was having night sweats. So night sweats and hot flashes is another sign. I haven't experienced hot flashes, but night sweats can be insane. And my night sweats are insane. At night, I get a sudden wave of heat just taking over my body, where I begin to sweat in my sleep, and I'm sweating profusely, and it's really making it hard to sleep. And when I do get up and get back in bed, the bed is soaking wet, my pajamas are soaking wet. It's just not a good feeling. So for this, there are some supplements that you can take. And if you watched my previous video, I do have a video on supplements that women should be taking over 40, and there are some supplements that assist with night sweats in that video. So night sweats like I said, is a sign that you're in perimenopause, but there are some things that can make it better. There is a supplement that I take, magnesium, and it is in a powder form. And I make a magnesium cocktail before bed that has helped with night sweats, but again, it doesn't exactly go away. And what I've noticed, if you drink before you go to bed, like if you have a glass of wine or a cocktail, or if you're just out drinking on a Saturday night, those are episodes where my night sweats are even worse. So drinking before bed can trigger night sweats if you're already in perimenopause. Sign number 3, mood swings. Yep. Yeah. People tell us all the time that us women have bad moods and attitudes and this, that, and the other. However, mood swings, that's a sign. That was a sign for me, and I didn't even notice it. I didn't notice that I was annoyed easily, but the people around me did, especially my spouse. Yep, you guessed it. Mood swings. Our mood swings during this time can be pretty outrageous. My husband actually told me that my moods were all over the place, and we never listened. So I didn't believe him. But after a while, I was going off for the slightest thing, and I realized my moods were all over the place. So for mood swings, there's so many things that you can do. Supplements has helped. I want to tell you one quick story. When I knew I was experiencing mood, we were in the process of a home renovation. If you have lived in a renovation, not at another address, we lived here during the renovation. You know how in disarray your house can be. So my house was in disarray. I was living out of boxes between houses. I had belongings everywhere, and my closet wasn't done. And one Sunday morning, I was getting ready for church, and I came downstairs, and my husband asked, "What's wrong with you?" And I almost broke out in tears because I was overwhelmed that I had stuff everywhere and I could not focus and actually get dressed for church. So that's just an example of how my clothes being unorganized make me cry. It almost did. So I realized something is going on in the middle of this renovation. My everything is everywhere, and the slightest bit of unorganization or the slightest bit of just being overwhelmed from not knowing where things were, that was a emotional trigger for me. And that's when I started to research supplements that I was taking. So the supplements really helped, but at that time I knew that something was wrong. Sign number 4, sleep disturbances. Are you a person that wakes up in the middle of the night? Not even in the middle of the night. I've had several people tell me that 3 a.m. is the time you just wake up and just can't go back to sleep. So there are several days where I wake up in the middle of the night and I am just looking around, looking at the ceiling. I really try not to get on my phone and scroll, because that's another hurdle to get over. But there are several days where you're just out of it, and you wake up in the middle of the night as if you're not tired. You know that your body is tired, but you wake up anyway and you can't go back to sleep. So that's another sign that you're in perimenopause. But the supplement that helps for that is the magnesium powder that I use in the night cocktails as well. So when I started to make sure and be committed to making this cocktail every day, it helps with the night sweats, and it also helps with the sleep disturbances. So make sure that if you don't do anything, make sure you get that calming magnesium powder and make a nice cocktail, mocktail, what we can call it. It's not non-alcoholic, so it's a mocktail with the vitamin magnesium in it, and it actually helps you sleep, and it helps you to kind of lessen those night sweats. Sign number 5, fatigue and low energy. I had all of these 10 signs, guys, but this was another problem for me. Low energy. If you are not aware, I am a fitness instructor, so I teach a boot camp class. I teach this every morning at 6:30 a.m. Monday through Thursday. I am waking up at 5:15 and I teach a workout class. And I've been doing it for the last 10 years and I've never had a problem being a morning person. But I started to realize that I was getting up just so tired. I was dragging in my workout. I was dragging waking up. I was dragging through my work day, and it was just a horrible experience. In that last video regarding the supplements, I do talk about the ginseng and the B complex that I take, and that has really been helpful to give me my energy back. In the morning, I still take a pre-workout. I also take creatine powder in my pre-workout, but before I leave, I also take my B complex and my ginseng tablet to get my day started, and I have noticed that it has helped tremendously. Sign number 6, changes in your libido. Ladies, during perimenopause, your sex drive can increase, it can decrease. You can have a lack of interest in intimacy or physical connection. You can also experience dryness down there, as well as emotional changes, the mood swings that will affect your desire. However, in my case, I did not experience a decrease in libido. I actually experienced an increase, and I'm not really sure if it is due to the supplements that I take, but I have always taken maca root, maca root, for the last few years, and that increases your libido. So I did not experience a decrease, but I cannot say whether it is due to perimenopause or if it is due to the supplement maca root that I take on a regular basis. I do not go without my maca root. You should get some. Sign number 7, brain fog. I still experience this, and I'm probably 2 or 3 years in perimenopause, but I'm sure everyone has been I'm looking for my phone and it's in my hand, or I'm looking for my sunglasses and they're on the top of my head. Or what about I went upstairs? I went to go get something out of a room and I have no idea what I came to get. But my experience is my work day. Can you imagine just sitting in front of your computer in the middle of doing whatever task that you do on a regular basis and having brain fog, not knowing what to do next, experiencing just a total lack of words. You can't think. You feel like a child again somewhat. It's just not a good feeling. You just cannot focus for anything in the world to save your life. So I experienced that during my workday, probably on a regular basis. And again, supplements help, guys. The ginseng supplement help with that. The ashwagandha that I take helps with that. Sign number 8 is weight changes. Weight is always a problem for us ladies. We're never satisfied. I'll speak for myself. I'm never satisfied and I work out every day. But what I started to notice when I was in perimenopause or approaching perimenopause is I always look bloated. I work out on a daily basis. So it's not that, and I don't have a bad diet. So it's not that I've been lazy, I'm gaining weight, I'm not eating, I'm gaining weight. That's not the situation for me, because for the most part, I am a vegan. So that's the diet that I follow. And again, I work out all the time. So what I started to notice is that my bloating just wouldn't go away. I had a little pregnant belly that wouldn't go away. I started to make my workouts more intense. So more intense workouts, making sure that my diet was on point, not drinking excessively. All of that contributes to the weight gain that we experience. Our hormones are fluctuating. Our metabolism isn't the same, and we're just keeping more weight than what we normally would have, and that can change. You just have to be mindful of what you're putting in your body, the supplements that you take. Again, I'm going to beat supplements in the ground. I don't have a sponsorship. I buy supplements with my own coin. It's just something that you need. I noticed that it really works, and I'm going to push it in almost every video. I'll try not to, but get some supplements. Get the nutrients that your body needs, especially if you don't have a good diet. Your food and what you intake is going to impact all of this. We need to be mindful at this age of what we're putting in our bodies. Not excessive drinking, just being mindful of your diet. So weight changes was something that I noticed, and I wasn't happy with. Sign number 9. We're almost there. That was quick. Sign number 9, hair and skin changes. I'm not sure if everyone is into skincare, but I'm really into skincare. I don't have acne. I had acne as a teenager, but not as an adult. But what I did notice is hair thinning. So my hair has always been thick. I've been natural for probably the last 15 years maybe, but my hair started to thin. I'm a person that wears wash and goes a lot. So I'm very mindful of my hair texture. I would wash and style my hair for my wash and goes probably every 3 to 4 days. Or I would have some type of protective style. But what I started to notice is when I would get certain styles, or when I would go and just to get a trim and my hair was straightened, I realized that my hair was thinning, and I've never ever experienced thin hair. There are, again, some supplements that you can take for hair thinning. There's also some homemade things that you can also do to make sure that you are getting the nutrients in your hair that you need. So hair thinning, nails thinning, and skin changes. That's another sign. Sign number 9 that you are in perimenopause. Sign number 10, the most important, and I have some natural remedies for this: vaginal dryness. I'm not sure if you guys have experienced this, but there are some things on the market and some natural remedies that you can take for dryness down there. What I found on TikTok, and I'm sure you may have seen it too, but I have made the okra water. So I make the okra water that helps with dryness down there. There's also a supplement called slippery elm, I think it is. I did not get that, but there are some things on the market that I want to try. I can't think of the name of it. It's called Bonafide Reverie Plus. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to try it. I'm a I'll try anything type of person, so I do want to try that. But again, vaginal dryness, that's another sign that you are in perimenopause, and there are plenty of over the counter suppositories, lubricants, and things that you can purchase to supplement that area. So, again, guys, these symptoms are normal, they are manageable. But I think a lot of us are not aware of what's going on. You may have this period where you're feeling off and you don't really know what's going on with your body. Because of the mood swings, you may start to feel depressed. You may have low energy. You're bloated. It's so many things that's changing at one time. So if you're bloated, you're going through mood swings, your skin is dry, your hair is thinning, your nails are brittle, your libido is low, your sex drive is low, you're dry down there. It's just too many things going on at one time. And I just wanted you guys to be aware that these are all symptoms of perimenopause, and they're normal. They can be managed, and we can age gracefully. I am 46 years young, right? Yeah, I'm 46. I don't keep up, but I feel great. I am a testament that you can thrive during perimenopause. So if this is something that you're interested in, if this information was helpful to you, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you have experienced any of these symptoms and what supplements you take to support your perimenopause journey. And if you have any questions for me, or if you want to know anything about what I'm doing, what I'm taking, my workouts, and all of that, I will have more videos to come. But just subscribe and be a part of the tribe. We're aging gracefully over here. Bye, guys.